the world and the way you see others is the way that Allah sees you. If you're positive, if you're loving, if you're appreciative, if you are generally benevolent, if you're a person that is optimistic, if you're a person that is accepting, that is gracious, all of these things, then guess what? That is the way that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will treat you on the Day of Judgment. That's the way that He sees you. If you want to go to sleep at night confident knowing that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves me, then you have to inculcate those characteristics that you also want to receive from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is why the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ always tie together the traits between humanity and the divine. Meaning what? The hadith that says, if you're not thankful to Allah, you'll never be thankful to people. And what does this mean? You can't flip a switch between who you are with Allah and who you are with the population. Well, we call that hypocrisy. We call that being a hypocrite. When a person is not congruent in their relationship with Allah and their relationship with humanity, we say that's a hypocritical status. So then he says, this love that this person has of this other individual, when they appreciate them, has no ulterior motive at all. This person loves this individual simply because they see them doing things that Allah loves, they are pleased with them, and because they love them, Allah Ta'ala loves this person back in return. Okay. We would do things and say things, and we would finish those statements in our head by saying, I really don't care how you feel. Why does He care what they think? Doesn't He just live His truth? Doesn't He have to just not care? I don't care what you think about me. When He called them, He's like, I don't care what you say. Tell anybody. That's not what He said. You know what He said to them? He said to them, this woman is my wife. I'm talking to my wife. Don't think any differently, please. They respond and they say, Ya Rasulullah, we would never, oh my God, we would never assume anything of you. Like they were so heartbroken. Like, Ya Rasulullah, you shouldn't have to even feel like you have to defend yourself to us. They were basically like pleading with Him. Please don't think that of us. You know what He said? He goes, I know, but shaitan, his whispers run through you like blood. Isn't that so interesting? It's so interesting because, again, we almost wear it as a sign of maturity, the cloak of maturity. Like, I don't care what people think about me. He's the messenger of Allah. You know, Allah could have just revealed the next day, for those two who were walking by the masjid, it was his wife. Like, it would have been in the Quran. You know what I'm not joking, by the way. In the hadith of Ifk, Aisha radiallahu anha, right? That's another example. There was a story made up about the wife of the Prophet ﷺ, that she was unfaithful. Horrible thing. A rumor propagated by the hypocrites. And she did defend herself until she came to a point, okay, and this is where I'm going to get to. She did defend herself. She did advocate for herself. She didn't say, I don't care what you think about me. No, that's not a spiritually sound disposition to have. That's not how we behave. It's almost an overreaction. I understand lo kya kahenge. Like, I understand when parents told you growing up, what will people think? What will people think? I get that. That's not healthy either. We don't live a life of every step we take, we're assessing what people think. That's dangerous too. But we also don't fully turn and say, I don't care what anyone thinks. Because that's not how our Prophet ﷺ taught us. What we learned from this religion, from our Prophet and from the companions, alayhi wa radiyallahu anhum ajma'in, is what? You do everything in your power normatively to establish what you know is true, and then you let Allah take care of it. And this is what Sayyidah Aisha did. She did, radiyallahu anha. She did advocate for herself. She did defend herself. She did say that this did not happen. She told her parents, she told her family, she told her husband, she said, this did not happen. And then the Prophet ﷺ told her, if this is true, Allah will defend you. And Allah Ta'ala revealed in the ayat in Surah An-Nur, defending Aisha and saying that this never happened. This was a rumor started by the hypocrites. But she did not leave it and not touch it. She said, no way, this did not happen. She defended herself. So bringing this back now to what Imam al-Ghazali says, I don't want anyone to adopt the modality that we find in the popular discourse today, that as long as you know who you are, don't care what people think about you. You know, part of dawah, part of actually being people that are enthusiastic and are encouraged to teach others about Islam is that we functionally do care what people think about us as Muslims. Not to the point where we are petrified and we make things up, but we do walk differently in public spaces knowing that we represent something much greater than us. We know that.